Welcome to We're Talking Bears,
where we bring you the latest in the Chicago Bears experience.
I'm Uncle,
nephew,
and I'm Son,
and we're talking Bears.
Man, we're talking depression, anxiety, mental illness of all types.
We're talking injuring our starting quarterback.
Well, we're 3-3. Oh, it's what I expected to be saying this week, and I had it prepared. I guess you'll know I prepare.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you gave up 214 yards in a professional football game, barely giving up 55 yards a quarter, if the other team's quarterback passed for 99 yards and their best runner rushed for 60 yards, would you expect to win that game?
No.
Now let me pile it on. If you had more running yards than the entire output of the other team's offense, if you had 392 total yards, if you held the other team to 2 for 11 on third down, would you expect to lose that game?
I mean,
yes,
not if you got Sir Punt McMuffins back deep every time you get them to a 3 and out.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Velus Jones's new name, man. He need to be off that punt team forever.
Oh, but wait a minute. This coming in from the 6-yard line.
Man, disgusting, man. Disgusting.
That was a little bit mean, but
hey, you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. We are getting closer and closer to solidifying an incredible draft pick for next season.
That's
and I
true.
know we like to be happy about some of the guys we do have on our team and some highlights that we get to see, but maybe what we should change our focus to is how good we're doing at solidifying next year. Because let's be
specific, solidifying a left tackle for next year. Because pretty much, I think that mostly what was on Fields' jersey was our dear left tackle's jersey. That's the number one thing that was on. With all the sacks he took way more hits from his left tackle than anybody.
Yeah,
man.
Preston Jones had a real bad game. I don't know if I'm ready to quite throw out the baby with the bathwater yet, but man, we definitely. I'm not going to complain if we get an upgrade in the draft next year because
he might be a good backup swing tackle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's something you need. Right now, anybody named Jones is suspect on our team.
That's true, especially if you're a rookie.
If you're a rookie named Jones, you're suspect.
You're extremely suspect.
You're suspect. But I did find this out. And I think it's really important because I was wondering, about our return receiver kid, and I found out that his name has a Swahili meaning. It's the Swahili meaning of Velus is Cody Parkey.
Oh, you ain't right. You ain't right.
Too far now.
You ain't right.
Too far now.
Hey, you know what though? It is pretty sorry. Like I don't know who's telling him to field these punts. Like one, I don't even think he should have fielded that punt. Like he should have just let it go. It was no reason.
You're on the 6. The ball is 4 feet off the ground.
Well,
the people aren't necessarily right on top of you, but they're coming. The likelihood that ball ends up in the end zone is high.
Right.
The ball goes into the end zone. We start on the 20, and it's our game.
Right.
So, but that's the second week in a row he's done the exact same thing.
Right.
Muffed a punt.
Or third,
I was thinking maybe
2 out of 3,
and that's the only games he's played this year.
Maybe he was double agent though. Maybe this is his way of trying to get other teams to look at.
Yeah, well, other teams are looking at him. They're like, remember how teams used to not punt to Devin Hester?
You know
They're
what?
like, punt to that kid.
Punt to that guy.
to him.
Every chance you
If
get.
that kid is out on another punt unit this year, I'm a riot, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie. You know what? What's messed up is I can't even say the other team is. We're joking about it, but the other team isn't even. They didn't do anything. They didn't specifically go to him. He should not have fielded the punt. Like there's no reason he was trying to get over there. To get that punt. He just doesn't know what the hell he's doing out there because it makes no sense.
Yeah, even if let's say worst case, even if we start on the 2. Look, at the point where you fell down, just dive straight.
Man, he fell down. He was on his knees.
He was right. When you're on your knees, get out the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Get out of the way.
Why are you on your knees? It's a more valid question.
Well, he was praying for
he couldn't reach the punt. It was in the air. It was probably moving in the wind, and
that's why he should have left it alone, man. You gotta know what you're doing out there, man. These guys.
That's poison. That's what you call out poison. Poison. Everybody get away from the ball.
I did want to point out though, our defense held those boys to 6 points. I'm not gonna count the touchdown. We gotta count it, but I'm not gonna count the touchdown because he muffed the punt at the 6 or whatever it was. They were in the goal. They were in the red zone when he muffed.
They were 2 for 11 on third downs.
Right.
No, our defense
2 for 11 on third down.
Shout out Kendall Vildor and Kyler Gordon.
And Jalen Johnson, he beast.
Oh yeah,
welcome back.
I mean, but
welcome back.
Always Jalen Johnson. I think he had one catch that he allowed because he slipped on the grass, and after that, he didn't have no catches allowed against him for the rest of the game.
The defense held up. It held up. I mean, honestly, the defense did its part. Our offense looked. I mean, first of all, they tried to kill Justin Fields, and
they did.
And I'm not going to say, Justin Fields holds the ball longer than anybody else in the NFL. He's got to free himself for that title. Like that's a bad title. Yeah. But I'm not going to say that he created some sacks. There were some plays in there, specifically early on, where you've got wide open receivers that he's looking past, trying to find a better option.
Right.
It's the NFL, man. If one guy's wide open, you get it to him and you go on back the next play and deal with something else. Right. And one of those plays I specifically remember going, why isn't he throwing the ball? And then boom, he goes down. Now, sometimes he does that. He tucks and runs and it's magical, right? But also sometimes he holds the ball too long and he sacks himself. I call that the quarterback sack himself. If you're standing there, guys open, and you could throw it and you decide not to, you sacked yourself. Yeah. That's not on the line. That's not on anybody else. That's on you. You sacked you.
Now what that's telling me though is that one, as a quarterback, as the best athlete on the field on the offense, you think that if you don't have a perfect pass to throw, like a guy wide open where he's not making a contested catch because he's seen our receivers struggle with that. You've got a guy that's, breaking free, going for a touchdown. Like that means that you think the best outcome for a play is me running the ball with my legs. The best outcome for not having an interception that goes off a guy's hands. The best outcome for not having an incompletion on third down. The surest way to get the first down is him taking it with his legs because he doesn't trust the guys that are out there with him. If he had Jamar Chase out there who would catch a 3-yard pass and turn it into a 60-yard gain, that ball would be out.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna debate you on that a little bit. I'm gonna debate you on that a little bit because the one I will say the interception pass into the end zone, I blame that on Justin Fields.
That was Justin.
He had St. Brown outside in the flat. He should have gave the ball to him. Later on in the game, I see him throwing the ball to guys like Pettis. Like, what are you throwing to these guys? They are the top masters of the world. Like, that's when I don't mind you getting out of there and using your legs. But when you have a guy that's wide open, that I don't say force a tough, you know what I'm saying? I go with the smart pass. A lot of times, I agree with you. He does that. He waits too long, or he feels like he needs to get a better option, and he doesn't go with the wide open play that's right in front of him. He did that a lot. I felt like in this game where he just missed his reads, where he just missed guys that were open.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Kmet attempt that turned into an interception, you know, that ball just that guy didn't have his hands up. It hit him in the helmet.
Right.
That ball 12 inches higher is a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That ball,
absolutely.
yes.
But
that
you have
was
an
a-
easy
that
play,
ball
though. I
higher.
feel
And
like
that's
you have an easy
learning.
play.
That's a learning experience though. I don't think too much of that. You know what I mean? He'll get better at that. That's an easy thing to adjust. And when you're in the red zone, lift your arm up higher, release the ball higher, whatever. Cool. He'll figure that out. I'm not worried about that. What I am worried about is these bad habits where he thinks that, oh, I'm not going to throw this because my guy, I don't think he's going to succeed. You know, when he threw that third down, you know, it was like 3rd and 19. He had Amir Smith-Marset coming on a deep crossing route. Any decent receiver catches that ball. Any really good receiver will catch that ball and be trying to get the first, which was like a yard or two up ahead. And there was nobody else in the middle of the field with him. So like when he has this deficit of talent around him, like everybody around him is an undrafted rookie, a 5th round pick, a 6th round pick, whatever. I don't think there's anyone who is a 1st round pick on that field except him when he's out.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to take that as an excuse because honestly, he throws the balls to those guys and look, Pettis caught the only touchdown, but he throws the ball to them. And Smith-Marset, I don't know why he's still on our team, honestly.
We ain't got nobody else.
No, you know what?
Who else are you gonna pick up?
That's why.
They did somebody pick up who was the kid? Daz Newsome. I'd rather have Daz Newsome all day than Smith-Marset. I mean, you know, you look at these. Bottom line, though, Smith-Marset is Smith-Marset that also on the first down.
He was fumble boy.
Right. But I think that was that Smith-Marset coming on the crossing route. It hit him in the hands and the head.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. That was, I mean, and the ball just goes. You know, that's a perfect first down. But bottom line, he Fields threw it. It wasn't the best throw. It was thrown at his helmet, not at his chest. Great. But you got to catch. You got to put your hands up, get them out there, and catch that ball. You know, these guys these receivers, they're not it. I agree. I mean, we know in the draft we need a 1st round left tackle. We need a 1st round wide out, and we need, you know, we just got a lot of needs. I don't think 1 year worth of drafts is going to get it done. I mean, we are right now. With that said, the score doesn't reflect I blame a lot of this on Getsy and also Eberflus, because bottom line, even with 40 something seconds left, the clock stopped and it's 3rd down. I just knew we were going to jumbo package because it was enough time to get them people on the thing. You're not hiking until 42, right? And then, you know, 5 seconds for the play, hustle off and switch. If it's 4th down, you only pulling a couple guys, and probably you get in. You run for 200 yards, 230 yards on the day. Chances are you're going to get your little couple of yards. But how many times
we have no power up the middle, man? That's once again, Sam Mustipher is not moving nobody up.
It's not just that. Look, we did not in the red zone. We did not add another offensive lineman and bring. I don't think Blasingame got to play in the red zone. I don't know what kind of craziness this is. I don't think in all of those red zones plays, I don't think Blasingame got on the field, and I don't know why, because he's the best blocker on the team. Right. So you can't say that. Look, if the whole line, like on the one where Khalil, the line's at a dead stop. Blasingame hits that line, it starts to move. Montgomery hits it behind, and they're going over. They're going in. They're pushing it in. Herbert's not that guy. He never has been that guy. So stop playing. You know what? They're playing like Montgomery's got in his contract. He gets an extra $1 million per touchdown. Yeah. So sit him on the side.
I mean, well, when he's trying to re-sign, then he basically does.
So then we're just playing to get the number 1 draft pick.
Basically, that's
what it looks like.
That's what it looks like now. It looks like we're tanking.
Right. We're tanking early because I mean that game it was hard to lose that game. I mean, you double somebody up in yards. You don't.
You
let
have
them
to
get first
muff
down.
the punt on the 6-yard line. They
You
weren't
have
going to
to.
score. They didn't score all day. They didn't score all day.
You have to. You have to muff the punt on the 6-yard, and
They
then
didn't
after
score all
that,
day.
you have to.
And their kicker
you have
even
to-
missed the field goal, so the likelihood of them even
Oh, they
getting
didn't
more
let-
than the 6 that they had, it was
They didn't-
unlikely.
Think about this. They didn't let Santos kick one field goal. I mean, if they had let Santos kick one field goal, it's 10-12.
And you just punt.
And
But we went for
yeah.
it. We went for it twice on 4th down. That would have been the game right there.
Yep.
So
So
12-13, and we would have won.
Well, one of the
We
4th
just
downs was
kicked
the
those two
end, wasn't it?
punts.
One of the 4th downs was the end of the game.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. If we just kicked a field goal at the end of the
Field goal.
game,
this game.
because we had kicked the field goal the first time we went for it on 4th down, then we
I
would-
mean, you know what? I agree
Out of
with
those
that, but I'm not
trips to
going to
the
lie
red
to
zone.
you. I don't know what they were thinking about either, because I'm asking the whole time on the 4th and 1. We're going for it on 4th and 1. I don't know why Khalil Herbert is the guy we have out there and we're running it up the middle. I don't
Exactly.
And
understand.
no blasting game.
Yeah,
No blasting
exactly.
game. Khalil.
I mean,
Herbert.
even if we just have Demo, though, I feel like Demo gets in there on that.
Demo might get in there, but if you put blasting game, that's why you hire blasting game.
Exactly.
Put him in. Put him in there. Put him in there,
Exactly.
I
or
don't know what
give
the
me
thought
an
process
extra.
is besides tanking, man. I
Man.
can't lie to you.
The analysts were going in on Luke Gessie on Thursday and Thursday Night Football, and I kind of agree with a lot of what they were saying. You know, they were talking about the fact that you've got a quarterback with these electric legs. He's faster than just about everybody on the field. He can make almost anybody miss. What you've got to do with that is challenge defenses to cover every blade of grass, like they were saying. Like you got to challenge them to cover everything horizontally by having design QB runs where he sprints to the flat, you know what I mean? Where he gets to like legit tries to turn the corner and go upfield, because we've seen he can be effective doing that. You know, got to isolate him, you know, one-on-one with somebody in the pocket, you know, let him outrun a D tackle and then block everybody else. You know what I mean? Like that's how you set him up for success. And then once they sprint to the flats and bring everybody down, trying to cover every blade of grass horizontally, that's when you send Mooney over the top and throw vertical shots at him.
Now let me toss this
As
sentence.
an offense, if you can't craft your offense to do exactly that, you're using him wrong.
Yeah, let me toss this sentence at you. So if I told you that Justin Fields at 190 yards, 60% completion ratio, 1 TD, 1 pick, 88 yards on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert had 75 yards on the ground, 10-yard average. Montgomery had a 4.5-yard average, 67 yards on the ground. That Dante Pettis had 4 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney behind him with 7 catches for 68 yards. Would you believe we lost?
I mean, yeah.
No.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw the nightmare right in front of my eyes, man. So
I mean,
yeah,
if you told me that
I can
again-
definitely imagine, man.
Stop.
I can definitely imagine. And but
Hey,
let's
told me
be
that
and that's
against
what I
the
said. Let's be
Commanders.
realistic.
These-
You're saying that, but we really didn't lose the game in that fashion. The way that they scored 2 field goals until the muff punt on the 6th, which is they don't have to get a lot of yards to get in there. So no,
6 yards.
the defense was shutting them down. The defense was shutting them down as they should. You get what I'm saying? They came to play. It's just unfortunate. And I think with Justin Fields, I'm not down on him. We need better receivers. We need a better line. So I'm not down on him. I'm not down on him completely, but I want him to work on his accuracy. I want him to work on getting that right read instead of some of the passes that he made. Because yeah, he can make great passes. Sometimes his accuracy is off, but he needs to see the right read and not hold the ball so long and just get used to getting the ball out of there. Before you go, I want to say one thing though. He did make a good pass, and some people were trying to come at him for it. Over the top, I think it was to the tight end, to the end zone. And he missed him. He missed him, but the tight end didn't run to the ball, man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that to me, that wasn't on Justin Fields.
The tight end stopped in the middle of his route. You see him hesitate right as Justin Fields is letting the ball go. Then he starts to run again. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not.
That should have been a
him.
Touchdown.
Hey,
That should have been a
I
touchdown.
am not pretending that. I mean, look, Amir Smith-Marset had 0 catches, and he had 1 run for -1 yards, but yet he had a huge effect on the game. I'm not taking away from our talent void. But what I am saying though is, honestly, back to back, Fields has had 2 games that legit, if he could just pretty much play this level, we should be a winning team. Because I said 200 yards in the air and 50 on the ground,
Right.
and he's devastating. And he did that 2 weeks in a row. He had the mistake with the pick. That's a big deal. But this one is more on the coaches, because you got to punch that ball in on the end zone. You can't, I trust Mooney, and I don't have any problem going to Mooney on 4th down. But St. Brown or somebody St. Brown and Kmet should have been getting more passes in the end zone. I mean, they're 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
They gotta get open, man. They gotta get open, straight up. Like you could be 6'6" all you want, but if it's a dude who's 6'4" that's in front of you, what's Fields gonna do?
But it's not. Most DBs are like 5'11", so you just throw it high, and these guys can jump.
Make a play.
They can both
jump. And I was a little frustrated too in that last drive. They didn't run at all. No runs. 4 passes. No.
Don't. I mean, the big run from Fields.
You run all day and then you don't run.
Then you stop running. I mean, we had 238 yards on the ground. We needed 244.
Right.
That's it. We needed. We needed a 5 or 6 more yards on the ground.
Is there anything that we don't know about? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was saying we don't move guys down low when we're in the red zone like that, but we refuse to run around the end too. Like we don't run any off tackles or sweeps or anything like that once we're in the red zone. It's like we're just like, oh, okay, well, we better run, off the A gap. And then if that doesn't work, then we just give up.
I mean, we could also do something. Think about it like this. Let's say you line up in a big package, you put an extra lineman on there, you're in a jumbo package, you got 2 tight ends and 1 tight end, you got Blasingame and Montgomery in the backfield, and you have Mooney. Or no, you have what's his name? Who's the tall kid?
St. Brown.
St. Brown. You have St. Brown coming across like with that option. We've done it with him before. Now he's coming across in motion. So the defense has to go. Are they giving it to St. Brown or not? And you just run Blasingame, the extra guard, and a Blasingame, a pulling guard, and Montgomery the direction that St. Brown just left. And we're getting in. Montgomery's going to get in because the only person that's going to be able to get out there, even if a linebacker gets out there to tackle him, he'll carry a linebacker because you got him one-on-one now against somebody. And he's going to put him down because you got Blasingame, you got a guard, you got some people hitting, and you even if somebody grabs him one-on-one, Montgomery's going to pull that guy across the end line. You got to. And you always have the threat. You actually could give it to St. Brown as he sweeps across, and especially if it's like 2nd down, give it to him. Maybe he makes that corner. You know what I mean? You could also do some of the stuff that some of the other teams have done to us. Give it to St. Brown as he sweeps that way and have Justin fade the other way. Just throw the ball across to Justin.
It just feels like we're not creative enough.
We're not.
Red zone. When I see other teams, like they come up with very creative, like Lamar Jackson does this option play where you've got, your running backs that sweep out and he could pitch it to them. He could run it himself, or his tight end will sit in this like little bubble screen and he just flips it to his tight end. If they cover everything outside, his tight end just cuts up the middle. Like, what do you do? How do you defend that? You don't. So why don't we run that?
Well,
same exact skill set.
Now, the one thing that I'll say, I feel like in this game and the last, they're letting Justin Fields do what you said, letting him try it. It's like open practice.
Yeah.
It's like open practice. Let's try some stuff and see what you can do. And that's kind of, I feel like that's happening. I feel like it's open practice. Let's try some stuff. Let's see what you can do. And you know what? I mean,
but they should be trying stuff that he has a reasonable chance to succeed at, not the stuff that he is like as a passer, he is the worst at right now.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Let's say they sat around
a couple of layups, like that.
Let's say they sat around and they're looking at the draft board and they're looking at what they need. And they say, as long as we got a top 4 pick, we're good. And so they're just sitting back and said, well, let's treat the season as practice. Let's treat it as practice. You know what? Go out there as live practice against an opponent. and we're gonna try a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna see what works and what doesn't. So next year when we have our roster, boom. And in that case, we're not picking up Beckham when he gets free either.
Well,
when he's 100%.
Beckham ain't coming here.
You think he wouldn't come here?
He wouldn't come here.
Man, imagine the number.
There's a lot of things we could do that, like you said, be creative and all these different things we could do. But then on those 4th and 1s, we would actually get in there, and then that wouldn't be tanking. So, I mean,
right.
At the end of the day, sometimes I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I've never been asked to tank. I've never been on that level of but I didn't know that it works like that. And I would hate to be the Velus Jones that they asked to go out there. And because I'm hoping that, this isn't just his skill level, because Jesus Christ.
I don't think that was. I don't think he could have done that badly on purpose. We needed to look realistic. You're the best actor we have on our team. Go out there and muff these punts and make it look believable, because he's done it. He's done it, man. He's done it 2 weeks in a row, man. And you think about it, a team that's only been able to get 2 field goals all game, and all these things that we're saying, you're talking about, oh, well, could you imagine you lost? It's like I couldn't really, but there's always a way to blow it. You know what I'm saying? It's always a way to blow it. And they're doing exactly what they need to blow it.
And that's all I can say, man. That could just mean that we're just a bad team, man, because good teams find a way to win, bad teams find a way to lose. That's all that means. If we
But sometimes, think of it like this. You remember in The Water Boy when they decided that he was so tough to beat, but he wasn't on offense. They were like, we're just gonna punt so that their offense has to win. It's almost like you can be a bad team, but when you can leave the punt alone and the outcome is totally different, it's like you didn't even have to be there. You didn't have to show up. You could have just stood on the other side of the field. You get what I'm saying? By the other hash mark, didn't try to field that ball, and we win. So it's like, it's almost like, no, you went out your way to mess it up. Right. It's almost like you had to strategically plan that mistake. Because how, man? Isn't there some kind of rule about you go to the 10-yard line and don't field the doggone ball past the 10? Then what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Hey, when you look at that, it's very frustrating. And if that was an acting job, he needs to go to Hollywood as his next.
That's what I'm saying, man.
He's got some other teams. Over and above all that, even it's give up football. But here's the thing. Honestly, I think the NFL needs to institute what the NBA did a long time ago, and that's the lottery. You know what I mean? Because just to get teams to stop intentionally tanking, take that away as a reward.
Is that what we're doing? Do you think Poles and the coaches are tanking?
I think teams tanking basketball still. Because when you're bad, you got a better chance of getting them guys. And
you got more picks.
You know what?
You got more picks.
I'm not gonna lie to you, cuz I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I never like to say that because I like competitive sports. So I like to think these guys go out there and do their jobs, and you get what I'm saying? So I hope not. But all I am going to say is that it's tough to watch. And when we sit back and we can pinpoint certain things, that we have the ability to do certain things. And it's almost like, man, like you said, there's only almost one way for you all to blow this game with a team that was unable to score all day long. And you did that. And it's almost like, I don't know. I can't say that it's faking, but you guys are professionals. You get what I'm saying? And back-to-back weeks, me personally, if I was playing Little League Baseball and I had a teammate who made a mistake, it's like, hey, coach, is there somebody else that can do this? You get what I'm saying? You don't get to keep messing up like this. You know what I'm saying? If we want to win and we take what we're doing seriously, you get what I'm saying? No.
Right. No.
Sometimes some guys are so adamant about winning, they'll tell you, take me out, coach. I think he should be in there. Like what Michael Jordan did with Steve Kerr.
No, you can't. I'm not. I don't know. Honestly, I just feel like with the combination of errors and foolishness, that it's hard to sit back and believe that this is a plan to win. Right. It more feels like a plan to practice. All right. And it's great practice. Fields is getting to try everything and see all kinds of situations.
Yeah, so, and he needs that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we could put him in better. Like here's a very unpopular opinion. Maybe it'll be more popular in the coming days. But Lou Gessie is not a good play caller. And we should bring back Bill Lazor just to call plays, because Bill Lazor knew how to use Justin Fields.
No,
I'm just saying he know how to use Montgomery, and he know how to use Justin Fields. So where is that guy? Just to call plays. Like he doesn't get to design the game.
This is bad. This is real bad. Look.
No. Basically, what you're saying is I traded in my car because I had 208,000 miles on it and the engine was leaking oil. But this car is driving worse, so let me go get my old car back.
That's I mean, I'm not saying bring Nagy's offense back with all its hitches and like short ends. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when you gave, like, it's the difference between giving the keys to, you know, to your beat up little hoopty with 200,000 miles on it to, you know, your blind uncle, and the difference between giving those keys to Lewis Hamilton. You know, I'm not saying Lazor was Lewis Hamilton, but at least he knew how to drive.
This is bad.
Yes, he looked like he don't know how to drive.
This is bad.
Let me throw one other stat at you. So far, Velus Jones has not dropped a pass.
Yeah, he's got what, 2 catches?
He's got 2, but think about it. He's got 2 muffs on what, 3 punts or 4 punts. So I'm gonna say his job is not kick return.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Put him back.
That's not the best use of his talent.
Put him on drags and little quick plays like we did. You know, that little screen play that we got him on 3rd down. That's what he needs to be doing, because this punting stuff, nah, man, leave that for Ebner or whoever else.
Right. Yeah.
No, I agree, man. Guess he's not getting it done, man. It's definitely on the coaches in this one. I hope, it's practice, man, and I'm hoping Fields is learning and he's getting better at some of the mistakes and some of the misses, because it really, I mean, some of the plays he did make were good throws, but I'm just more concerned that he shores up some of those misses, man, where he just doesn't go to a guy that's open and could make a play. He just overlooks it. That's what I'm hoping to see him get better at, because obviously, like you all said, this is practice at best.
It's practice.
You know, if it's not practice, it's tanking, and it's great acting for sure. So,
Well, next week,
together, man, we got a lot of cap space to do something. You know, when the time is right. So
next week we got the Cowboys.
Oh boy.
You know, and
Jack back.
I'm predicting a win,
Rush.
like I do every week.
I'm getting too beat up on that sentence. You know, next week. Oh, is it I'm sorry, my bad.
I think it is
Patriots.
Yeah. Next week we got the Cowboys. Yep.
Cowboys
Monday night. I thought we had the
boys.
Patriots.
The Patriots.
No,
don't got the Cowboys.
The 30th we got the Cowboys.
The Patriots, the 24th.
Oh, the Patriots. My bad. You're right.
Monday Night Football.
We're all wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sos, for correcting us.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. That's you're right. Monday Night Football. Oh my gosh. So we go from Thursday night to Monday night.
We get a nice little break for them to ice their wounds.
You know what? Hey, look. Honestly, I think we can beat anybody but the NFL's elite. Now, I don't consider the Patriots. I'm going to say it again. We've already dealt with the elite teams except for the Bills that we have on our schedule. Now, the Eagles may be fighting their way into eliteness, but it's just, are we going to play smart or are we going to play stupid? Are we going to make smart decisions? Are we going to score when we can? You know, I think it's arrogance. Part of what I think happened against Washington was arrogance. We can waste scoring opportunities against these guys. These bums can't beat us. Okay, go ahead. We wasted scoring opportunities. We treated them like these bums can't beat us. So,
but I mean, in what way?
Well, I mean, in the first, not kicking a field goal when you didn't get in on 3rd and take the lead 3-0
from the half-yard line.
From the half, exactly. Look, if I can't get in, if y'all not punching it, first of all, not putting Blasingame out there. But if I'm not going to put my run package out there on the half-yard line, it doesn't matter if it's the half-yard line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. You've deleted the fact that that's a relevant sentence because you won't put your run package. Just kick the doggone field goal. Let's go up 3-0. right? You know, it's just going. Just that's arrogance, and arrogance always comes back and bites you. You know,
Well, it's either arrogance or, like you said, practice.
it's practice. Yeah, it's either arrogance or it's practice. Could be practice. If it's practice, I feel better about it.
Let's call it practice.
Let's call it practice.
Because man, this is getting to be tough, man. This is getting to be tough.
I just want to,
because what's really messed up about it and what makes me feel like it could be acting is because they're able to make it a nail. It's not like we're just gonna come out there and we're just like getting our socks blown off like we like the game against the Cheeseheads. But we're actually in these games, you get what I'm saying? They let it be so close. And then it's like a lot of the times it's looking promising for us. You get what I'm saying? It's like how most of the times if your team's not good enough, they just lose. And you can see it coming from a mile away. But with us, it's like, no, we're gonna let it play out, let it be exciting, you get what I'm saying? And then we're gonna let you down every time at the very end. Like that takes skill. Like I feel like that takes too much skill to be so close in so many games and to lose them all in stellar fashion. We're not just getting, it's not like, oh, we're getting beat, or you got beat on a field goal to win the game. The kicker came through, nice, decent drive down the field. No, it's like he took the ball right out of your hands. You muffed the ball, right? Come on, man. You couldn't write this stuff. You couldn't write this stuff.
Yeah, you could. This stuff is it's amazing. and you know, honestly, it's a lot of these guys that aren't going to be here, or they're going to have a like I'll say with Velus, if he's a great receiver and a terrible return man, you know, I don't care how much speed you have. If you can't catch the ball, it's irrelevant.
Right.
It's irrelevant. You just come. No, you know, that's it's the reason you know, guys end up as DBs sometimes. You know, there's like, you can't catch, but you got great routes and you can cover. So we're gonna put you on the coverage, you know, because it's I don't know, it's painful. But I'm uncle.
I'm nephew.
I'm son.
And we're talking Bears.